What up, guys? Knowledge is self-determination. So, some of you guys, first off, I'd like to say welcome and thank you to my new subs for my that I gained today. Actually, for my subs that I already had, go and check out Barbershop Conversations. His channel. Me and him just actually did a collab a couple of hours. Was it a couple of hours ago? Not that long ago. Talking about the NFL boycott and basically just what's important for Black people and things like that. Us coming together, and I wanted to elaborate on some things. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get right into it. You know, we had some naysayers coming to the comment section because it was a live stream collab. Basically, just doing what the white supremacist haters do. I don't know if this person was Black or whether they were white, but the fact that Black men are talking positively about Black things and Black people coming together and uniting makes you a fucking white supremacist. The fact that you have a problem with that concept, with that level of communication, makes you a white supremacist. Shout out to Barbershop Conversations for having me on this platform. I appreciate it, bro. We're definitely gonna do it again, but we had to cut that one kind of short, even though it ran to about an hour. We actually have quite a few similarities between us, so we definitely connected on that. But this is what I want to say to my Black people. Listen, for those of you who didn't watch that collab, definitely go check it out. I'll put the link into this once I upload it. But this is what I want to say, man. We as Black people, look, we don't have to have the same ideology. We don't have to even think the same shit. We don't even have to be fucking friends. But when it comes to our race, when it comes to our people, our children, because as adults, we may not like each other, but children don't have animosity. What animosity they have, they learn it from our stupid asses. Our children are the best versions of us. You guys need to understand that our children are little ones, like what's being depicted in this drawing, which is a beautiful. I love this picture. This painting looks like an oil painting. I love this picture, but our children are the best versions of us. You know why? Because they don't have any biases. You know what I'm saying, towards people. When they look at people, they see a person. You understand what I'm saying? They are the most honest of us. We need. Children look at people and they want to be their friends. They look at other children and they want to play and they want to be friends. White, Asian, whatever the kid is, whatever the nationality, whatever the religion, whatever the color. Children don't look at the world the way we do. So your hatred, your biases, your white supremacy, whatever the fuck it is, even your Black power mentality is born out of learned behavior. You understand? It's born out of learned behavior. Adults are poisoning the minds of children. Adults poison the minds of children. You understand what I'm saying? We poison the minds of children. We do that. We need to come together so that we can understand how we circumnavigate poisoning the minds of our children. We need to do this. We need to do this. The brothers that we had fighting for civil rights and Black power in the 50s, the 60s, in fact, ever since we've been here, but in more contemporary times, what all of us can more or less relate to, the 50s, 60s, 70s. You understand? Like the brother Stokely Carmichael. I apologize for that. He actually changed his name once he moved to Africa. He married the lady that they call Mama Africa. She was a musician, a singer, very popular in Africa. Man, I cannot remember her name, but I did a video on her. Check out my Black History Every Day playlist. But anyway, we need to come together. Like I was saying on Barbershop Conversations. I agree with him that the Black athletes standing up, yes, that would help to propel this movement forward. Yes, it would. It really would. But when you look at history, like the saying goes, the best way to predict future behavior is to look at what has already happened. Look at what a person has done in the past. That's the best way to predict what a person is going to do in the future. We're creatures of habit. We have pattern-seeking behaviors. Our brains, our subconscious, automatically connects the dots between things because we look for patterns in things without you even knowing it. This is what conspiracy theories are born out of because our brains have to make sense of the world around it in order for us to be able to comprehend what it is we're dealing with. And we have gotten ourselves stuck in a pattern of believing that if you say it, listen, just because you don't want to believe white supremacy exists doesn't mean that it's going to go away. Why the fuck are you still watching football? Seriously, you want to support the black athletes? Okay, but you're really not supporting the black athletes. You're supporting the white billionaires that own the black athlete. You dig what I'm saying? 77% of the talent in the NFL is black. If you took those 77% away, you're left with, what, 23% of other nationalities, mostly white, in the NFL. Look at what the NFL was before integration. Look at what the NFL became after integration. And you tell me that white people are really that big on supporting them their own. Yeah, they went to white football games. Of course they did. They loved it. But the game didn't become really exciting until we started playing. And then they started packing the fucking houses. They didn't want to go. Anyway, I'm digressing. I wanted to talk about black unity. We need to come together. We need to let go of our petty differences and come together. Look at this. These are not politicians or clergy. These are athletes from the 60s taking a stand against racism. Do you see this? Now, this isn't all the brothers in any particular sport. They're not all the athletes, all the black athletes that we had in the 60s. But these brothers stood up. They took a stand. But why did they do that, though? Because it was more socially acceptable in the 60s before integration, or right around the time integration was, you know what I'm saying, was the grip that integration had on the country was loosening, so to speak. But it was still going on. This is still the Jim Crow era in the 60s, mind you. Now, when we were still in our own communities, segregated from white people, our voices among ourselves were much stronger. If you did not support black people then, you were ostracized in the community, and black people would not support you. You were ostracized. And to all you coons out there, do you guys understand that nobody respects a traitor to their own people? Do you understand that? As much as a white person may pat you on the head for fucking your own people over, they will never respect you. And as soon as your usefulness is over, they will dispose of your ass like some 3-day-old fucking fish. They will get rid of you. Once your usefulness, once whatever you were used for is no longer necessary, they will get rid of you. That's what all you coons need to understand. Stephen A. Smith. Once you become irrelevant, they're going to act like they never fucking knew you, dumbass. And you're an intelligent brother. You should know this. You need to start making a transition now before you lose all black support altogether. You understand what I'm saying? You really need to do that. But this motherfucker won't listen because he's making $3 million a year. Thanks for that info, by the way, coach. Jason Whitlock, his fat Twinkie eating ass. When they have no more use for you, they're going to roll your bowling ball head ass the fuck out of the front door like they never knew you. Do you understand? You stupid motherfuckers. They're using you because you get ratings. You understand what I'm saying? Because the black bourgeoisie doesn't want to be represented by black people who aren't scared to stand up and speak the fucking truth. You want to stick your head in the sand and hide from what's actually happening. You can't do that and maintain any level of blackness. Do you understand? Black people, we need to stop worshiping celebrity. We do that too fucking much as a race. In fact, we are one of the only races that celebrate celebrity. We're one of the only races when you talk about our history, we include motherfucking athletes. Not because of what they did for the people, but because they scored 100 points in a fucking game. What? Get the fuck out of here with that, man. Come on, being a great game player doesn't make you worthy of being remembered in black history. Sports history, maybe, But what the fuck have you done for the people? Get the fuck out of here. Stop worshiping celebrity, especially celebrities who don't stand up, who don't put it all on the line for you. Why the fuck would you support that? Why? Because everything that brothers like D.L. Hughley or Talib Kweli. Now, you know what? I'm going to hit you guys with something real quick. Now that I just mentioned Talib Kweli's name. Talib Kweli was once a part of a group, and whenever they come together, they refer to themselves as Black Star, with him and Talib Kweli. They got the name Black Star because of Marcus Garvey's Black Star line. The fleet of ships that Marcus Garvey purchased in order to create black distribution, global black distribution, and also as a way to help black people reconnect with Africa. That was one of his main goals, to reconnect with Africa, because he was a Pan-Africanist. And that Pan-Africanist mindset movement still exists in the minds of brothers like Dr. Umar Johnson. So anyway, Black Star, they came together, Talib Kweli and Mos Def. And on their debut album called Black Star, there is a song called KOSD, Knowledge of Self-Determination. That's where I got my name from. Because, hands down, I don't give a fuck about any other song right now. Any other artist. Hands down, the brother Talib Kweli, pretty much, I believe he pretty much wrote the song himself. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they both had solo songs on the album. Then they had their little collab joints. It's a great album. I love Black Star. You know what I'm saying? But here are brothers who remind me of KRS-One back in his you know what I'm saying, black cop days and stuff like that. Brothers who are speaking about positive affirmations for black people. You know what I'm saying? Brothers who are encouraging black unity and black people being the beautiful, intelligent, strong people that we are and have always been known to be. That's why I named myself after that song, Knowledge of Self-Determination. Because what better knowledge can there be than the knowledge of fucking self? One of the lyric in the song, knowledge of self is like life after death. With that, you're never worried about your last breath. Death comes, that's how I'm living. It's the last stage, the body goes underground, the book of life flip a page. They asking me how old, we live in the same age. I share the rage of a million niggas locked inside a cage. At exactly which point do you start to realize that life without knowledge is death in disguise? That's why knowledge itself is like life after breath. You know what I'm saying? A beautiful song. I love that song. It speaks to me. And I think that song, any black man, if you listen to that song speaks volumes. It's an encouraging song telling you to stand up on your own 2 feet. Be a man. Love your people. Respect your people. Teach the children. Learn about yourself. Because when you learn about who we are as a people, when you learn about what we've done throughout the course of human history, that's when you gain knowledge of self. That's why I'm learning black history, red, black, and green all day, man. That's when you learn black history. When I started to learn about the history of my people, I gained knowledge of self. Because I can't define myself no black person should just define themselves by the life that they live. We should all define ourselves by the life that our ancestors lived as well. You understand? Not just making everything a subjective thing about yourself. But it's a beautiful song. You can find it on YouTube. Really, look up that song, Knowledge of Self-Determination by Black Star, Mos Def and Talib Kweli. Beautiful song, great album. You understand what I'm saying? Buy that album. That album is probably 20 years old at this point, maybe a little bit younger. But it definitely spans 2 decades, without a doubt. 3 decades at this point, I would say. The 90s, the beginning of the new millennium, and now we're into the 2nd decade of the new millennium, right? Because it's 2017. So, I believe that, first and foremost, us knowing about who we are is how we gain knowledge of self. Pride in our people. The Black Power Fist, the Black Power Movement. We were learning and educating ourselves. We were learning about our history, who and what we are, the mothers and fathers, uncles and aunts, nieces and nephews, grandsons and granddaughters, great-greats, however many times removed, mothers and fathers of the earth. We are the progenitors to civilization on this planet. You don't have to believe me. You don't even have to believe history. Fucking science proves that now. that we have been on the planet for at least 250,000 years. So miss me with that 6,000 or 10,000 years new earth creation bullshit. Please miss me with that. I'm not trying to take a dump on your religion. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if it is or is not true. I'm not trying to take a dump on it. But if you think the world is only 6,000 years old, you have lost your fucking mind. But anyway, united we stand. A house divided cannot stand. We are a divided house, and we need to come together. Stop being so fucking stupid and subjective and arrogant and wearing your ass on your shoulders like your shit don't stink because you make a couple of dollars. Quit that shit, man. Seriously. No other race of people treats their people like this on the scale in which we do. That's why we are one of the most disrespected, you know what I'm saying, and not taken seriously group of people on the fucking planet. Do you understand? When we move, the rest of the fucking world moves with us. When we take a stand, people line up behind us to support us. Like, y'all don't get it. Look at Tulsa, Oklahoma. People all over the world saw what black people had accomplished in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They saw the unity. They saw the power that was being amassed in this part of the world, in this little section of America. They saw that shit. And they respected that. These brothers were doing what they had created one of the first black multinational conglomerates. They were doing business worldwide, and they had the respect of people all over the globe. When we are ready to stand up, you guys don't understand that there are nations that are willing to stand behind us. Even though people look down on us, they look to us for that strength. They look to us for that shit. Look at what we did. Look at the things that we did ever since we've been here. They look to us, even though they disrespect us. If we stood up today and said no fucking more, we would gain the respect of the majority of every African nation and people across the world. We already have it. We just don't convey the shit the way we do. Look at our culture, hip-hop culture, and yes, it is our culture. Everybody all over the fucking world has been vultures to our culture. They have Japanese hip-hop artists, German hip-hop artists, Swedish hip-hop artists. The kid Nico is from the fucking Netherlands, one of the greatest producers I've ever heard. The dude's beats are off the hook. He's from the fucking Netherlands. You understand what I'm saying? Our culture has permeated the fucking world. Puerto Ricans with their reggaeton. They acknowledge that they get their influence from their African roots, their African heritage. You gotta understand this shit. You have to understand this. It's so fucking mind-boggling and frustrating when you're trying to talk to black people who just don't get it because they don't want to know. Fuck what you want to know. You have to know this. Your children need this information. I get pumped and I get very, very passionate about this because I'm passionate about my people. I see what us as adults, us dumbass adults, are doing to our children because we don't practice unity. We don't practice connectedness within ourselves as adults. So our children grow up not giving a fuck about the man standing next to them because we're not teaching them that they need to. That is your brother. We have been so mixed up and confused in this country. You're looking at a motherfucker like your enemy, and he could be a blood relative of yours. You could be descended from the same line and not even know it. That's the fucked up thing about it. That's the real fucked up thing about it. We don't even know who the fuck we really are. And that shit is sad. It's sad. We don't even take the time to follow our genealogy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like my family, for instance. I'm not going to drop any last names, but there was a very lucrative and important family on the East Coast. There was a particular paper in Baltimore that they own. I'm not going to drop any names, you know what I'm saying? But my family is related to them. We branched off from the same tree. You understand what I'm saying? But if anybody from my family goes to them and just tries to, you know, basically just tries to break down the family history and find out where the interconnectedness lies, these motherfuckers wouldn't even honor us with that. Because now they're part of the black bourgeoisie. They don't want anything to do with any branch of the family that didn't make it to the heights that they did. You understand what I'm saying? And that's a fucked up thing. That is a huge problem for black people. Just because you made a little bit of money doesn't make you better than any other fucking Negro walking the fucking planet. because they will destroy you if they need to. Look at what's happening with Bill Cosby. And I don't give a fuck what you think about Bill Cosby. They haven't proven a goddamn thing. They haven't proven shit against Bill Cosby. Nothing but allegations and accusations. How many of you have been blamed for some shit that you didn't do? How many? Like how many? I guarantee there's quite a few of you who have been accused of shit that you didn't do. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, the lack of unity is a problem for us as a whole. It's a problem. They see that we're divided, and they continue to do things to continue to divide us. Aside Shakur, this is Tupac's mom. Tupac's mom. You know what? Common, formerly known as Common Sense. His album, Like Water for Chocolate, great album. At the ass end of it, he has Gil Scott Heron doing some vocals on that, or reading poetry, I believe. But I think it's like one of the very last songs on that album. Excuse me, I can't remember the name of the song, but he dedicated a song to Ashada Shakur, and basically kind of running down a little bit of her story. Beautiful, beautiful song he dedicated to her, man. That's what hip hop is to me. The song Knowledge and Self-Determination. That's what hip hop is to me, man. A form of mass communication, because that's what it started out as for the most part. Well, at least the version of hip hop I grew up being accustomed to. But anyway, Assata Shakur said this. Well, let me read what she said here. Nobody in the world, nobody in history has ever gotten their freedom by appealing to the moral sense of the people who were oppressing them. Exactly. Or the moral sense. We are trying to appeal to the moral sense of white people. Let's keep it in the NFL for right now. They don't give a fuck about us. They have over 400 years of not giving a fuck about us. You think they care now? Stop asking these motherfuckers for permission to be black. Just be it. Why the fuck are you worried about what they think? Like I told, like I was telling barbershop conversations about a brother that I work with, right? He told me they was a Trump supporter. As soon as he said that shit, I put my hands up. I'm like, I'm good. I'm done. There is nothing that you can say to me that I need to listen to after knowing that you are a Trump supporter. I walked away from his ass. He's like, damn, man, why you walk away from me like that? Because you're a Trump supporter. We don't have shit else to talk about, bro. We don't have shit. So he wanted to appeal to you. Nah, bro, but listen. I'm gonna tell you why. I voted for him. Go ahead, tell me. I don't really want to say it in front of all these white people. Then it's not worth fucking talking about. If you can't be who the fuck you are in front of the motherfucking enemy, then you ain't shit. I'm sorry, but you're not. You're not a motherfucker that I can. Anyway, let me turn it down a notch because I get very passionate about this. But you are not somebody that I can have standing alongside of me if you're too pussy to be who the fuck you are and speak your piece. You worried about who's listening? I'm not worried about who's listening. Get the fuck out of here. That very day I walked in a classroom full of adults and said out loud out of my mouth, if you are a Trump supporter, don't fucking talk to me. And I know I was walking in a room with people who probably supported Trump. You think they said shit? No. They're more afraid of you than you are of them. You understand what I'm saying? Now listen, I'm not telling you to go out there and be belligerent because there is a right and wrong way to do everything. You understand? There's a right and wrong way to do everything. And I know this video is probably running a little bit long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it short soon. But there's a right and wrong way to do everything. You understand? I do my job immaculately. You understand? Nobody at the school district that I work in or any of the schools that I work at now will work in the future or have worked in the past will ever tell you that I was a half-ass employee. You understand what I'm saying? My reputation speaks for its fucking self. Now, here's my thing. Because if I engage you in a conversation, 9 times out of 10, it's a conversation that you provoked. Like there's a particular teacher who told me she was a Trump supporter, right? Okay, so I had heard stories about her, but I wanted to get where she was myself, so that when she told me who and what she was, I can respond to her in kind and let her know who the fuck I was. 100%, unequivocally, unapologetically black, and that's exactly what I did to her ass. Exactly what I did to her. She's not white, but she's not black either. I'll let your brain fill in the gaps on that one. You know what I'm saying? But I knew what she was because someone who works closely with her told me, right? But I wanted to see for myself. And as soon as we got to that point where the true her came out, and she said Trayvon Martin deserved what she got, I fucking went nuts. I went nuts. Like, what the fuck you mean he deserved what he got? Well, how you gonna talk about this when black people kill each other? Asians kill each other. I don't hear you talking about Asian on Asian crime. Mexicans kill each other. I don't hear nobody talking about Mexican on Mexican crime. You understand what I'm saying? You guys don't understand the fucking numbers. Whatever group you belong to, because familiarity breeds contempt. You're more likely to cause harm to people that you're more familiar with than you are people that you don't. White people commit crimes against the people in their communities. White people. Asian people commit crimes against people in their community. Asian people. Mexicans commit crimes to the people that are in their communities. Mexican people. If you have a mixed community, the crimes and the victims and the perpetrators are going to be mixed. You understand what I'm saying? So please miss me with that fucking black on black crime shit. Because, okay, it was okay. Because her stance was, well, black people kill each other. And this is always white supremacist stance. Black people kill each other, so why can't we kill them? Mexicans kill each other, so why can't I go around with a baseball bat and banging them out the fucking park with Mexicans? Asians kill each other. Why the fuck can't I walk up to Asians and start whacking their asses out the park? White people kill each other. We know this. And white dudes stay killing cops. Where the fuck is the Blue Lives Matter at? That don't mean I can walk up to white people and start blasting their ass with a fucking aluminum bats. And what's my defense going to be? Well, white people keep killing cops. So I thought it was okay for me to kill white people that kill cops. That argument's not going to fucking fly in a court of law. Get the fuck out of here. But it's okay for that argument to fly when it comes to black people. Fuck you. I say that proudly and loudly. Fuck you. So anyway, I brought this teacher to tears with that shit. Don't fucking come at me with that dumb shit. This is who the fuck I am. In front of her class, I chewed her ass the fuck out. You can tell me that Trayvon Martin deserved to get killed, then I can lean on your dumb ass. What, you gonna go to my fucking supervisor? Because my supervisor don't even work at the school. Where the fuck you gonna go? What, you gonna go to the Board of Education and file a complaint? So I can make a counter complaint and say that you said that black people deserve to die at the hands of white people. Yeah, holla back. I'm not scared of that shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can say dumb shit out your mouth. You can stand on your fucking soapbox and be who the fuck you are. Then I can be who the fuck I am. I'm not gonna stop being who the fuck I am because of a fucking job. I'm not worried about not having a job because I can get a job. I know how to make money one way or fucking other. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not going to lose my job and blackball myself for some dumb shit. And anything that comes up, I'm going to fight that shit tooth and nail. All I'm saying is stop being afraid to be who the fuck you are. You can't get fired from your job because you don't have the same political ideals as someone else. You can't lose your job for that. You just have to worry about how you word things. Like all the cursing that I may do here. I scale that back some. But so far as my vitriol, my anger, I don't necessarily scale that back. You understand what I'm saying? I'm vocal. When I'm talking to somebody, I don't give a fuck if you hear what I'm saying. Because what am I saying that's wrong? If I'm talking about a current event, how the fuck you gonna tell me I'm wrong for discussing that? Anyway, I know I went off on a tangent, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video short. But I just wanted to say this to my people. We need fucking unity. We need unity. We need that. We need to come together. Good morning, beautiful black people. I love that. I love that. Fuck whoever has a problem with us coming together as a cohesive unit. Fuck them. I'm going to go ahead and end the video, man. Black power, black unity is all the fuck we need. We don't have to agree on simple, small-minded shit. As long as we agree on the advancement of our people, everything else is circumstantial. I don't give a fuck if you like wearing, $200 sneakers or whatever. You understand? I don't care about that. But when it comes to us advancing our people, we all need to be on board with that shit. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you are not for the advancement of black people, kill yourself. Just disconnect yourself from us. We don't need you anyway. You understand what I'm saying? We have to be on the same page when it comes to our people and the advancement of our people. If you're not with it, fuck you. I'm out.